Shut up and sit down.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Sorority Wars 101 podcast, and we haven't been around for a while, but we're back.
Yes, we are, and we have a lot to talk about tonight.
Oh my gosh. Well, it's been a couple, like 2 weeks. We were down for website maintenance, and we didn't do a podcast during then, so makes sense.
So first up, the website's back up. Newer, bigger, better. It's amazing.
God, it was such a nightmare to redesign that whole thing.
I think more so for you, because you have to do all the graphics and stuff, and mine's just typing. So
it's like...
I got the better end of the deal here.
Well, the graphics aren't terrible to do the website. The biggest slump I have is like deciding what theme we were going with. Originally for the website, I was like, oh, we should do something cutesy and girly and try to make it themed with the game. And I hated it. Like,
it's hard to keep it continued too, though, throughout the game without it starting to look cheesy on the guide. You know, it's just, it's Barbie overkill.
Well, I started to realize I love doing 101. It's one of my favorite things to do. And I started to realize that I hated the direction the graphics were going. And if I'm not enjoying doing something, I'm not going to put a lot of effort. I'm not going to put a lot of talent into it. So I decided I love retro things. I love retro video games. I love, 8-bit soundtracks and neon colors. So we would do like a retro neon style.
And it looks really cool.
Yeah, no, it came out better than I hoped. And we have that whole new banner system now. So there's one of the biggest complaints that we had, or I wouldn't say it's a complaint. It was a strongly worded suggestion, was our banner, like the top part of the website, was taking up too much real estate on your phone.
Yeah, because you have to get smaller, and then now it's just getting longer.
Well, I can't do anything about that, but so
that's how it always ends up for me.
Well, it's the whole thing about like designing a website for I play on a PC, and then designing it for a phone. The guides are going to be long. There's no way we can divide the house tab guide up or anything like that unless I started going into HTML and doing graphics and HTML code for tabs, and I'm not willing to put that much effort into it.
It's not only that, but I mean, it's not that hard to just scroll either. I mean, if you're using the guide, I'm assuming you have an idea of what you're looking for. So you're not going to look for something at the bottom and just read it all the way down. Like, you're going to scroll to the last event, It's not that.
Yeah, well, another thing is you can do, you can search the page for, say you're wanting to do, harvest grapes for wine or something like that. You can search the page for the word grapes and jump immediately to it. I think, though, with our new headers for events, you can't search them because they're not technically words, they're images. So we might have to do a hashtag at the bottom of them or something.
Okay.
Which wouldn't be
that'll be easy. Yeah, that'll be easy.
It would take we could make it in the smallest font possible, and it would still pick up perfectly fine in a page search. So we could do that. But yeah, no, it was a lot of work. Front to back, that whole thing got redone.
It looks really good. Everything's cohesive, which is huge for me. I like when things blend well, and it looks really good.
Well, we recently, and this is, someone mentioned to me today, or not today, I don't know why I'm saying today, it was a couple of days ago, they were like, hey, it'd be nice when you're on the home guide, if there was a navigation link or a quick jump where you don't have to go back to the, where it says house on campus, that tab.
Yes, you're in the event guide.
you could just navigate from the event guide. So I sat there and I wrote out the HTML code for our little navigation button. So if you haven't tried our navigation button, it looks good on mobile and it looks good on desktop. So
I tried it today because I don't even know what I was looking for, and I was like, "Oh, I can't remember when this opens up or something like that." And I was like, "Ooh," because I'm so used to hitting the back button, going back and picking the next tab, and I'm like, "Oh, a step is saved."
yeah, it works so much better. It just flows.
It's a lot easier. It's a lot easier.
It was a headache. Like, I'm not very good at HTML. I'm self-taught in coding, and that was a bitch to do. It took me a couple of hours just to make that navigation button, and it was broke. Big shout out to Saffron. Saffron's the one that told me it was broke on our vacation tab, and I had to go.
Oh, that's right. Yep.
I had to go and fix it. So shout out for her. That is a good point, though. If something's not right on the guide, say our guide's wrong, which is not common. It's not usually wrong, but if it's wrong about something, or if one of our links is broken, or one of our images isn't loading properly, you should let us know, and we will get it fixed. You can find us in game, do whatever you want, but
let us know, please.
Yeah, we won't know it's broken until you tell us. Exactly. I'm not going to keep going on. No clue.
All right, so that's about the website. And then we have a ton of new stuff in the game since we last did a podcast.
We're now calling them podcasts.
Yeah. Start playing pop music. We're doing TikToks now too. No, we're not, guys. Don't be looking for us.
Nope. You're not getting me on a TikTok.
My daughter made me do one. And then people were like messaging her after, "Is that your mom? Is that your mom?"
It would have been really sweet of her. She'd be like, "No, it's my sister."
She was like, "Yeah, that's my mom."
Oh,
They're
no.
like, "Your mom's so cool." I'm like, "Damn right I am."
Oh, my nephew tries to get me to do TikToks all the time. He's like, "Auntie, come here and do this." And it's like, no, not fucking.
They're hard. You have to like memorize the words.
Yeah, well, I did drag for a really long time, so I'm used to. Yeah, I'm used to like memorizing songs and mouthing and doing like cute little fucking hand motions with it. But something about TikTok and the way the videos are kind of sped up slightly.
Yeah.
Irritates me. I can't handle it.
You had an advantage because my daughter was like, "Okay, listen, this is what you're saying. Are you listening?" And I'm like, "Yes!" Like, I don't know what this woman's talking about, how like she cooks and then she's sexy. I don't understand what's happening right now.
It's like kids make you realize how old you are when they start bringing up like the memes and the jokes of their generation.
Yep.
Yeah, so I'll be sitting there with a couple of my friends that are like, 16, 17, 18 years old, and they'll just go off on this tangent about some weird joke. And they're like, "Do you get it, Belfie?" And it's like, "No, I have no clue what you're talking about. This is fucking Greek to me. I have no clue what you're saying."
And even the words. Like right now, apparently baddie's cool. She's like, "Ooh, you were a baddie when you were young, huh? Ooh, you look like a baddie in that picture, Mom." Because we just cleaned out our basement, so she's going through all our old photos. She's like, "Ooh." I'm like, "Will you stop calling me a baddie? I don't know if it's good or bad."
See, because I did drag for a long time, I was, I got really big into the slang, and the gay community has its own slang. Like, there's so many words that belong to us that get stolen by other like social medias, but so I used to be like really big into it, and I could pop it off, and I could get real sassy, and like I can't do it. I've been gone. COVID completely knocked me out of like my part-time
You're
job.
gonna go back and need like a dictionary.
Yeah, that's like. So are we still using Grindr?
Yeah. Did that fall off? Or what about MySpace? No. I just aged myself.
Do I still get the freaking 20s in my thong, or is that no longer socially acceptable? I need to know these things. So
Are they wearing gloves now? Or is there a mask on the money? Like, how does this work?
yeah, it's like draw a little mask on your bins.
New rules, new times.
It's like modern problems require modern solutions. I love Dave
It's
Chappelle.
true.
Love Dave Chappelle. So, oh,
Halloween backdrop.
oh yeah, that's a nice one.
I love it. It's busy, but I like that it has like depth of view. It's sized right. Like our tunes don't look
It's like you listened.
insane next to them.
It's like you listened because I think I mentioned depth of view, or you mentioned depth of view in one of our podcasts about.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like we need a little depth of view. I think it was the barn. That was it. We discussed about it. At the barn.
Yeah. That was a dimension issue and depth of view. It was too flat, and then it just looked ginormous next to it, which isn't that big of a deal. I mean, as the tree.
I was fixing to say, then you have the tree. The tree would have been kind of okay if he had done a ground. Like if there was a ground to the tree that showed it being farther off than what it is.
Or if there was like grass.
Something.
And maybe, or just a bunch of trees, like a bunch of little trees behind us.
I don't.
And like a mountain. I don't know.
I would have literally settled for an orange background.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate where
The stems at?
Yeah. It almost makes it look like a large leaf, like a fuzzy leaf too. The type, how skinny the
Okay,
stem.
I'm glad you're going innocently with it because I wasn't.
The stem, if you look at that stem, it's skinnier than our legs. And it's got a tree.
It's like our kickstand. I don't.
Like, it makes it like it's a leaf, like a big, huge, fuzzy leaf and not a tree.
Yeah.
Which I know he's doing better, and I know he's trying really hard, and I do appreciate the new backdrops. I love it. I love anything new. It doesn't even matter what it looks like. We could get a poop backdrop, and I'd be happy as long as it has good stats.
Yeah. Is it 2020 again? Oh, yeah.
I mean, look, we got a turkey, guys. We got a goddamn turkey.
I love the turkey. I know people are like, oh, that's weird. No. That turkey is my soulmate. I haven't.
I literally laughed out loud, for real. It wasn't just an LOL. It was me cackling.
I did too.
Yeah.
I was like, you've got to be fucking kidding me. It's a turkey. I love it. I was talking the dog in the feed, and I was like, I would have settled if he had made the turkey a boyfriend.
Oh my god, that would have been awesome.
She's like, I've had a couple of those in the past, and I was like, yeah, like Thanksgiving leftovers. They got stale after a couple of days.
I even posted on our page, like, apparently, because I didn't know if it was going to turn into something like our potato sack did. Like, apparently, we're going to get turkey for the daily bonus.
Love it. I think Leatherface showed he had a sense of humor when he was asking us for jobs, because he went into the feed and he asked everybody for job suggestions for higher levels. Ooh. And someone's like, are they going to pay well? And he's like, no, they're going to be negative, and all the money you lose goes into my bank account.
Oh, I saw that, yes.
It's like, oh, he has a sense of humor, and now we have a turkey.
And you know there was somebody out there that, like, kind of fell for it, and they're like, well, that, I don't understand. Is it taking money out of our bank account in the game, or does that mean if we're negative, we're going to start losing the money we have banked? You know there's somebody out there that thought that. Guys, no, that's not going to happen.
No.
Breathe. It's okay.
Deep breath in, out.
No.
Or don't do the out and just keep going in, and then we don't have to deal with it.
Just hold it, and then we don't have to answer these kind of questions anymore. Just
terrible.
We're here to help.
We get some very strange questions sometimes. Just people come to us, and it's like, what was someone asked me something really? You know the saying, "There's not a stupid question."
Sometimes
there's a stupid question, and I get asked them daily. There's a
not
lot.
That it's stupid, but it makes you wonder if they thought it through before asking it.
Yeah.
You know,
it was, I don't remember what the heck it was, but it was something. It was just so obviously like, no, honey, that's not how that works. No, I mean,
well, people are asking where the turkey was. Well, do you think it's a ride? Like.
You buy it with BPs and you ride him around like a fucking float in the Macy's.
And it's like, weird. What do you think it is? A necklace? It's and for those that are still looking for it, it's in the pet category.
And yes, you can have a pet turkey. For those wondering, I'm certain there's somebody down south that has a pet turkey.
There's people right here in Chicopee. I went to a winery before COVID, and I had to stop in the middle of the road for like 20 minutes for a family of turkeys to cross.
You should have grabbed one for your daily bonus.
These were 16 stats. Grab them all. People would be like, "What is that woman doing?" It's the daily bonus, friends.
Kate out there flapping her wings, chasing turkeys down the road.
I honked my horn. I was like praying. They wouldn't move. So for anybody that's wondering, yes, turkeys are very slow.
They're very dumb. They're incredibly dumb. There's a reason why so many of them die for Thanksgiving. They're easy to catch.
Clearly, I could have caught like 20 of them that day.
They're very, and so are quail. Quail are equally stupid.
I don't think, is that a pheasant or is that a whole nother bird?
Do I look like I know?
Well, I'm wondering now. Quail or pheasant? Because now I have to look it up.
Maybe.
I think I know what a quail is. Are quail and pheasant the same?
Yes.
Oh, they're both part of the pheasant family.
Okay, so we're just gonna say yes. Learning with Katie.
So that's our thing. Just in case anybody needed to know, they're similar. Anyways, okay. So we got the tree. We talked about how it has a phallic-like quality. The Halloween backdrop. Oh, the zombie stuff. Holy yes.
The haunted corn maze. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I love it.
Oh, I love every bit of it, but I have to say one thing about it.
Uh-oh, what?
The shoes and the socks remind me of Michael Jackson.
Oh, from what video was that? Was that
Thriller?
Down? Thriller. Oh yes, Thriller. Oh, but that's cool though.
Yeah, it reminds.
That shouldn't upset you. There were zombies in Thriller. That was like the main thing.
It doesn't upset me at all. It just reminds me of Michael Jackson. When I saw it, like if you wear them with the black pants, we need a black suit top and a top, like not a top hat, a fedora and a white glove.
Or the red jacket thing, like the red leather jacket instead of the pink one.
And a white glove, and you would be Michael Jackson. Yes.
Yes.
With blood on his socks. I don't know why the blood's on his socks. Maybe he ran somebody over in his train. And what is that name of that theme park that he had?
Oh gosh, I don't remember. Wonderland or
Netherland?
Maybe, yes.
Neverland or something like that. I swear it reminded me of
remember Jesus Camp?
Sister Nikki's gonna kill me. No, it reminds me of a Disney thing. Peter Pan!
Oh, the whole thing reminds me of those Jesus camps that were opening up.
Jesus?
Where, yeah, there's actually a documentary. There was this Jesus amusement park that opened up.
Oh, no.
It was all about Jesus and stuff. It was very strange, and that's what his Neverland reminds me of.
That's disturbing on quite a few levels, but I don't think Jesus would want to come back and see the people like built roller coasters in his name. Just saying.
With his like head on him and stuff.
That's weird. No.
It was weird. I watch the strangest documentaries. Like, I won't even read what it's about, and I'll just click it, and I'm like, oh. Ooh.
I'm currently right now loaded on my YouTube, got a 30-minute video of a dude building a violin.
What was my daughter watching? My daughter was watching something a video about the cheapest cheapskate in the world.
Oh, I love those videos.
That's what she was watching when I walked in here. I was like, what is happening right now?
There's a guy who reuses his paper towels. He like rinses them out and then dries them out in the sun and then hangs them up on a clothesline. And his wife said, I drew the line at toilet paper.
You can get this stuff at the dollar store, friends. You can return, I don't know, what is it, 10, 20 cans. And get a paper towel roll.
Yeah, you don't have to freaking reuse your paper towel. That's just weird. Stop doing it.
Or just use a face cloth instead, and then you can wash it.
And you know, I could understand if you were like, oh, I'm saving the earth, but it's paper, it's biodegradable, fuck off.
That is so freaking weird and gross. Can you imagine the germs that are like stuck in the, especially if it's like Bounty, the quicker picker upper, because they have those like grooves and.
Oh, no. Ugh. I'm just like, I'm the type of person that scrubs the ground on her kitchen, like backdrop with a toothbrush. I can't.
Yeah, we use that steam mop thing too because
No.
life.
You get the serious, like, you're Hispanic when you pull out the Comet, and it's not even Comet. It's like the off-brand. You know what Comet is, right?
Fabuloso.
But not even Fabuloso doesn't make this. Comet is like a powdered Dutch cleanser. And you just like spray that crap, you dust that crap on a toothbrush, you wet it a little bit, and you start cleaning grout.
That smell I wouldn't be able to do it with that.
Oh yeah. And I buy a lot
I
of
get
stuff
such
like
a
that.
headache.
My laundry detergent comes in like a big 5-pound bag. It's not a name brand, but it smells great.
Oh. Yeah, we buy Purex or something. I don't even know what it is. It like supposedly has no scents or anything in it.
I like the Puresil. It has a really strong scent though.
Oh, Puresil, that's good for stains. So when my daughter does softball, the freaking team gave her white pants and white socks because that's the smartest thing to do for a team that slides.
I'm not promoting this, but if you have a very raunchy night in your best drag outfit, wash it in Puresil because it will get out the best stains.
Yeah, it does. Her outfits were and her uniforms were completely clean,
and
I was like, "What?"
It won't smell bad either. Like if you wash out enough bodily fluids out of an outfit, it still will smell. If you wash it in Puresil, it won't. Trust me.
It doesn't turn it. You know, like sometimes when you wash like pure white stuff, it starts to get like yellowy.
Yeah, it doesn't do that.
Yeah, it doesn't. It's good, and we don't use it all the time though. But we use it when something's soiled pretty badly.
It's expensive.
It is. It is. It is. We use Purex and then Tide Free and Clear, I think it is.
Can't use Tide. We're allergic to Tide.
Well, this is Free and Clear. There's nothing in it apparently. I'm not allergic to a damn thing. I could use freaking dollar store.
Now, I have a recipe for homemade detergent. I used to do it all the time. I haven't made it recently, but I could send it to you and see if you like it. But it uses Irish Spring soap.
Oh, nope. Kiddo can't. She's allergic to that.
Oh, really? You could use Dove too. You can use any bar of soap, but mine uses Irish Spring because I like the smell. But you can use any bar of soap.
Yeah, I think you can use Dove.
Yeah, you could. You just like cheese grate your soap, and then I'd have to send you the recipe, but it's really good.
Oh, I'll look into it.
I don't know how we got onto the topic of laundry detergent, but
the zombie costume, thriller. I don't know. Jesus Camp.
Cum stains, something.
They all correlated in our minds. That's all that mattered.
I'm gonna listen back through this because I'm the one that does the editing for the podcast. I'm gonna listen back through this and be like, why? I have said constantly that I might not edit one of our podcasts. This might be it. I might not edit.
Yeah, there's no need to edit this. We're fabulous. Just leave us as we are.
Just skip through. If we start to ramble, just skip like 5 minutes. It's fine. We won't hold it against you.
There should be a prize for anybody that can follow our conversations.
It's the prize of the loss of their sanity. Congratulations. You're as crazy as we are.
Thanks for taking our crazy train. We appreciate it. And we don't even charge admission.
Nope, it's free. It does derail occasionally, though, so...
Quite often.
It's the world's worst train. It's never on the track.
That's why the socks are bloody.
I guess we... It's all full circle.
Yep. See, we brought it back. All right, player spotlight. So our last one was Plankton. We didn't have a podcast, so we didn't really get a chance to let you guys all know. So go read it. It's pretty witty. It's cool.
Yes, they're a hardcore Slipknot fan, so I think it's mentioned a couple of times there.
And then we don't know who will be next. If you're interested in being the next player spotlight, you can always message us. Or if there's somebody you guys want to see on that spot on the website, message us, let us know, get us in touch with that person. Save us a little bit of time. Finding them, let us know.
Yeah.
Oh, and Belfie has something to let everybody know about a little change in their life.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I'm moving come February. I will be down south and not up north. So there's that. I might not be around a little bit because I'm moving, and everything comes with moving and the holidays, and it's terrible. But I am an independent player now. I left the house that I was associated with. I'm not going to mention them by names. There's no bad blood. I just left them because I wanted to be like an independent, neutral party for 101. And I wanted to focus mostly on 101 because 101's our baby.
It is.
So I left, and I now am in the position where I can write helpful guides that aren't just this event drops this. This is what the job opens. I can start to write guides that are about like this is what you should do if you want to not get your ass kicked.
Yeah, like basic charm pop guides,
Yeah.
Glam guides as far as, what you need if you're a popper, what you need if you're a charmer, things like that.
What glam you need to go for at what level. Stuff
Yes.
like that. I can start to write those. So if you have ideas, or if there's something that's like, I don't really understand it too well, and if it's something I know, too, because I don't know everything in game. I know quite a bit, but not everything. Suggest it on our 101 page. We have a Facebook page.
Just message us and we can try to help you out with that, and then maybe even make a guide for it, because I'm sure if one person has that question, there's somebody else out there that does too. One thing we did want to talk about tonight was about attacking in the game.
Yes.
We see this most often on the feed. Out of all the questions, this is probably the one we see pop up at least once a week. Why am I always getting attacked? People upset about it. This is an attacking game.
Yeah. I mean, that's a feature of it. It's got a lot of features. You can socialize, you can defend, you can ride, but there is a fight list, and no one is out to get you to, like, no one is, unless you've pissed them off. Like, if they attack you a couple times and you go and say something about their mother on their whiteboard, they're going to come after you, and that's their right to. But it's nothing ever personal unless
you make it
personal. Yeah. Well, or unless they just come up to your board and they say your mom's a hoe, but no one usually really does that. If they're attacking you on the fight list, they're just trying to get their wins up.
And their money, So number one thing, if you are not winning all your fights, please bank your money. Otherwise, we're gonna take it.
Yeah.
And I don't want to hear you complain about it because you left it out there for a week.
You're an open ATM, you're gonna get robbed.
Yep.
You see this all the time on the feed. It's like, I don't understand why this sister is slapping me and fighting me and stuff like that. It's like, usually 9 times out of 10, if you're being slapped, you've said something stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Or, and this is a big one, I've seen this a lot lately coming from some players that I don't really recognize. The person that takes you off the burn list is not the person that burned you. Don't go slapping them.
Gosh, I thought we were over this when Sorority Life ended. Because that would be the number one thing. Like, people would go after the bounty hunter, and I'm like, for the love of all things holy, please go back and read who listed you. That's who you're mad at.
It's not the people attacking you on the burn list. You're up there for your free real estate. If you're on the burn list, your ass is grass. Sorry.
People are going to hit you. That's why you're put up there. We want the money. The person that put you up there is the bad guy, unless you ask to be burned. And if you're asking to be burned, you already know all this. You need to be upset with the person that listed you, not the person that took you off and claimed the gratuity.
I mean, usually they're just hunters doing their freaking job. Because that's what they do in game is they hunt. They sit there and they click refresh on the burn list. And then they, excuse me, I'm losing my voice apparently. They attack you and that's their thing. That's what they enjoy. And there are people who rip rides. I have a ripper. I enjoy ripping some rides if I'm in the mood for it. 9 times out of 10, the people that are slapping the person that took them off the burn list aren't riders. They're just some socializer that got pissed off that someone attacked them on the fight list and they slapped them 400,000 times and then they got burned for it. It's not personal. It's a fighting game. It's not their fault you have not glammed properly. It's not their fault your skill points don't protect your ass.
Or your glam.
Or your glam. Or your money. So if somebody's attacking you constantly, or quote unquote serial attacking, I hate that freaking term. There is no such thing. I'm sorry, there's not.
I'm not going to stop. I used to when I first started Sorority Wars because I didn't know anybody and people were kind of fresh in the beginning. So I would hit 3 times, vote, and run. Now, I'm just like, whatever. I'm like, attack until I can't anymore. Either I'm running out of stamina or you're in the spa.
Exactly.
I don't have time to keep looking for new victims.
Exactly. That's what I do on Toaster. I'm sorry. And don't sit there and spa back up. Like, if you're being serial attacked, don't spa unless you're winning.
So that's another point we want to make. So if you're losing all of your attacks, you're losing all your money. Number 1, bank your money. Number 2, let yourself sit in the spa. Number 3, when you first log in, you can go put yourself in the spa by attacking somebody on a higher level. Put yourself in the spa, then do your socializing, bank your money again. Then, terminally depress yourself, log out, have an amazing day, because now nobody's going to attack you.
The easiest thing you can do is log on, bank your money, chat in your feed, do your socializing thing, whatever the fuck you want. Stay in the spa the entire time.
Exactly.
And then, right before you log off, be like, hey, can someone burn me real quick? And then as soon as someone takes you off of the burn list, which if you're an ATM, that won't be very hard at all. It's like 1 or 2 hits, you're done. Log out. If you log out at 0 confidence, you are logged out terminally depressed and you will not show up on the fight list.
So when you come back the next day, no attacks.
Exactly.
So there's your solution for those that are upset about the attacks and all that. And I know it sounds like a lot, so if you need us to kind of talk you through it or whatever, just message us. We can write it all down in chat or something for you. But that is your easiest way to stop that from happening. The hard way, which is the way I would suggest doing, is getting your character built where when they attack you, they lose. That'll stop the attacks pretty quickly as well.
I will say, if you've gone so far as doing, like, you have 2,000 energy, you might want to make a mini, and when you log out for the night, jump on that mini, because if you've got 2,000 energy and you're not level 500, you're a little boned about fixing your skill points. But if you're starting on, you're like level 30 or something like that, and you want to win most of your fights, just slam it into pop. You're not a rider. Screw confidence even. You're not riding. Just slam it into pop. I think the magic number for energy is, 750? You replay 750 energy in a 24-hour period.
Oh, I thought it was 550.
I think it's in the 700s. I believe it's 750.
Oh, wow. Okay, so it's a lot higher than I originally thought.
You get...
Oh, but that's if you do overnight. So 24 hours. I was thinking overnight.
Yeah.
Like when you wake up from bed.
No, it's 24 hours, it's going to be 750. So really, there's no point in going past that.
No, unless you're building a bank or a farmer or things like that. Yeah. But if you're worried about being attacked and losing everything, you probably aren't ready for all that. So start with basics.
So your best bet is to either get a burn right before you log off and log out TD'd, or make a level 1 mini. Or here's another thing. If you don't have any points into pop and you just come on to chat and socialize and that's your thing, don't worry about your losses.
Yeah, who cares? Because you're not trying to be a fighter or a defender or anything. You're just a socializer, so who cares if you have 5 million losses?
Exactly. Find your niche, play your niche really well. It's like, I'm a defender and I'd like to think I do it pretty well, but my best friend is Maddox, and he's not that. He's a socializer, and he enjoys doing all of the events and shit like that. He doesn't care about his losses, and he doesn't build to do that. So you find your niche, and you build for what you like to do. I will tell you, in order to have a good defender, you're not going to go in and say, oh, I've got this kick-ass defender and a socializer, because in the end, your butt's going to be handed to you by like Plankton or Holy Sliz or somebody who could just rip the shit out of you. You need to build strong from the beginning if you're going to do something that's dedicated.
Yep, all the way.
Now there are hybrids. I'm not a fan of hybrids. A hybrid will always be outclassed by someone who has
full throttle one of the two.
exactly, and that's always going to be the way it is. But
I don't think most hybrids care because they know that, they accept that, but they like to be able to do both parts of the game, you know?
Yeah, I will say, as dumb as this sounds, I consider Rippers hybrids because they are a hybrid of someone who has really high confidence and then someone who has a lot of charm.
Yeah.
So their points are split. A hybrid, technically, I guess, is anybody who has points that are split between two main things.
Yeah. I think most of the players that are hybrids and aren't Rippers are charm poppers. They're a mixture of the two.
The problem is right now we have a lot of I'm all charm or I'm all pop. But remember this, if someone has specialized in something, I mean hardcore, you can either expect them, like if you hit them back, to win because they have no fucking pop, they have no defense, or they're not. If you've pissed off a defender, they're not going to attack you because they have no charm.
On that tune.
Or on that too, yeah.
Or we just hop on a midi. That would be our charmer.
Let me just go to another account here. I did that the other day. Someone made me mad on like my new account, and I went to another one and just started burning and attacking the shit out of them. But, so for the most part, if there's a specific one that's kicking your ass, remember that they also can have their ass kicked because they have probably specialized.
Yep. And it's easier to get back at a charmer than it is a popper because us poppers aren't going to go and attack you because we know we're not doing anything.
We might slap the crap out of you, but we only have 3 stamina, so I don't know what you're expecting from us.
Exactly. We're not going to bother because we know, we're not going to do that. It's easier for you to get back at a charmer because they're not going to be able to take it, but they're going to come back and hit you, and it's going to hurt.
or they'll find a friend who is really,
So in other words, don't mess with somebody unless you're ready to get your ass handed to you.
Yeah, or unless you're willing to hand ass to somebody.
Exactly.
Basically,
but it's all in good fun, guys. It is.
It's
we all have losses, we all have wins, it's fun. And every time somebody takes me off the burn list when I'm riding, because 90% of the time I'm not paying attention. Like today I was shopping. I was sitting there trying to pick out sweaters, and then I filled a whole cart and thought I was going to hit submit, and then I realized I didn't really want any of it. I do this all the time. I build carts and close out.
Same. I do it too. All the freaking time. It's a bad
and I get
habit.
excited too. I'm like, oh, I can't wait to wear the sweater. I know what shoes I'm going to wear, how I'm going to wear my hair. And I'm like, yeah, I don't really want any of it.
Yeah. You get
And I got ripped off the burn list. I voted. I'm like, cool, thank you. I'm all done. Obviously, I need to pay attention.
Wait, who was your ripper?
I don't even know.
Mine was SL Warrior again. She got me.
Nope. Well, this one came out of nowhere because Men in Kilts was hitting me, and then When Did I Have Corn was hitting me right before. They got me a bunch of times. I think Men in Kilts got me like 10 times, and then Amber Cat hit me once and got it.
Men in Kilts has a lot.
Like perfect timing.
Men in Kilt has a lot of stamina.
Yeah, well, he hit me a ton of times, or she, I don't know.
Speaking of which, that account is, if I'm not mistaken, they're still looking for house members. So if you see Men in Kilts in your subfeed, add them. They're really good.
Yeah, I have them in my house. But I voted for them. I mean, it is what it is. They're doing their job. I need to pay attention and do mine, and I didn't. I was shopping.
Exactly. It's like some people get really mad about being ripped off the burn list. It's like, you should have paid attention more. You should click faster. I don't know, but I think the best advice you can give a player is it's not somebody else's job to pay attention to what you're doing. They just have to pay attention to what they're doing. So it's not my responsibility for you to build a better account.
Nope.
If you're an open ATM, I'm going to take it. If you don't like that, TD yourself, bank your money, and just build better, I guess. But it's not my responsibility to babysit you. I will help you if you come to me and you're legit like, hey, can you please help me? Like, what am I doing? Totally will be willing to help you. But if you just start slapping the fuck out of me because I've, attacked you 3 times and you went into the spa, I have no help for you. I'm sorry.
Too bad. Yeah, it's you can't complain about something that you're not willing to fix. Just like voting. That's exactly what I say. If you don't vote on Tuesday or didn't vote, or I know a lot of places are doing early voting, if you didn't vote at all for this election, don't you dare bitch about its results.
Exactly. My mom's like that. She doesn't vote. And it's like, Mom, did you vote? No, I don't vote. Like,
I was with my friend Amy today, and we talked about the same thing. And she goes, "Well, my dad and my stepmom aren't voting. They're gonna just send their condolences to the United States." I was like, "It doesn't work like that. What are they gonna send a card? We all gotta get a condolences card in the mail? I mean,
gift flowers show up."
Yeah. I'm like, you don't get to do that. You need to go and vote, and they didn't like either person or whatever. That's fine, but you know what? You really got to pick the lesser of the evils.
Yep.
Do your best. At least help any situation, because if you don't do it, I don't want to hear you complain.
Or just stop caring.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, but not just in terms of voting, but in terms of game as well. Just stop caring.
Yeah.
It's unlike voting, which is incredibly important, and you guys should absolutely do it. Please go vote. I don't care who you vote for. I don't care. I want your voice to be heard. It's important. Please go vote. If you're American. If you're not American, happy Tuesday. Whatever.
Yeah. Go have a cup of tea on us.
Yeah. But if you're an American, please go let your voice be heard. It's so important. And
it is.
Even if the person you're voting for isn't going to win, it's important that your county knows your voice is there.
Yes.
It's just like with the census. People were not wanting to do the census. Guys, when it comes up again, please do the census. Like, your schools are relying on you to do census work. I think you still can, if I'm not mistaken. Like, you can go to their website and say, "Hey, I didn't do the census," and they'll still count it. If I'm not mistaken, I'd have to look into that. But
I'm not sure. We always fill it out.
Yeah,
I don't really know why people don't.
Because they're like, I don't want people. This is my southern accent. I don't want people to know who's living in my house. It's like, they probably do anyways.
Yeah, right. It doesn't matter. Like, well, I don't know. I guess if you're doing bad things, it might. But
well, I hate to say,
hiding prisoners in the basement, then it might matter.
99.9% of us are already in the system. We have a driver's license.
Yep. In some way, you know.
Yep.
Either you're getting a payment, or you're making payments, or in some way they know
taxes,
where you're.
Something. They know where you're at, and I mean,
pay your mortgage. Yeah.
Even Google Maps, you can zoom in and see your backyard. Just stop with the freaking conspiracy stuff and just move on with the times of life. Good Lord, it's 2020.
I think people worry too much. Well, just like the people that thought like our computers are listening to us, but I mean,
technically this one is. Craig is 100% listening to us.
I know. Thank goodness he does. Otherwise, we wouldn't have a podcast. But so thank goodness for Craig.
Remember,
people that are like nervous about there's cameras in the sky everywhere. Don't do anything bad, and it won't matter.
I mean, there probably is. There's satellites up there, but here's the thing: what can you do to stop it?
Nothing. So just behave. What are you worried they're going to see? We all take showers. They're not that worried about you. Get over yourself.
You're not that important. I'm sorry.
Nobody's peering in your shower to see what bar of soap you're using and what you're doing with it. Just saying.
Nobody cares. It's okay. The only thing you have to hide is if you're doing something you shouldn't be. And that, I guess that's a slippery slope. It's like, well, who decides what you shouldn't be doing? Murder! That's one of them. Anything criminal. How about that?
Yeah. If you can go to jail for it, it's probably a bad idea.
Yeah, just don't light your neighbor's yard on fire. Yeah, stuff like that. But
it's a good idea.
So go vote. Stop worrying so much about the freaking game. It's just a game. If you're losing fights, lose the fights. Who cares? It doesn't hurt you.
Yeah, because I mean, if you're not worried about your stats, who cares? And honestly, these stats aren't going to be in our obituaries. If my obituary says like she was a hell of a Sorority Wars player, then I've done nothing in my life.
I'm there. I don't know about you, but I'm putting it on my tombstone. No. Paralyzed Belfagor. She sucked.
With like the retro background. Like your cats are gonna like they're gonna like flash through it. They'll design it that way. You're gonna have like the one automated electronic tombstone in the graveyard.
It's gonna be a hologram of.
I'm kind of cool on this idea right now, and I'm thinking how it could happen for me.
I want a hologram of my cat just floating in the. Because I'm a cat nerd. I'm a cat lady. So I want a hologram of my cat on my tombstone.
So you're thinking your cat, and I'm like, how cool would it be if I was there?
Like someone walks up to your tomb and they're like, "Hey, Katie," and like
And I just pop up. Yes.
we've created artificial intelligence enough that it takes on your personality. That's creepy. That's
would be
what you should
wonderful.
worry about.
Just start high-fiving because that's what I'm known for. I high-five randos all the time.
Somebody walks by, Katie pops up and just, "Hey!" No, get the hologram built in the ground. So when somebody walks by, your hand just pops up.
Yes! Oh, that's awesome. I think I see a new pet. It's Katie's hand.
It's Thing, but it's Katie's hand.
That'll blow the turkey out of the water, Leatherface.
I don't think we want to blow the turkey.
Oh, man. You know what I meant.
Like,
I don't
oh!
Oh my god.
Goes the turkey.
I don't eat turkey.
You're weird.
All I eat on Thanksgiving is all the sides.
No. You gotta have turkey and ham. And
Oh, I don't like ham either. I will eat mashed potatoes. I will eat all the sides. I don't like 90% of the meats. Although a friend in Florida used a smoker for turkey,
oh, have you
and I ate that.
had deep fried turkey?
Oh, maybe that's what they did.
That shit's
No, they smoked it. It was smoked, and it was good. I ate some of it, which surprised me because usually I'm hardcore no.
Deep fried turkeys are delicious. It reminds me a little bit of like, have you ever been to a Renaissance festival?
Yes, we did actually in Connecticut.
The giant turkey legs?
Yes,
That's what it reminds me of. Yeah. Oh, now I'm hungry.
we did medieval times, and I was so happy when they said it was chicken.
See, if people know me like well enough, like Haas used to call me freaking Martha Stewart. I think you do too.
I do. Yep.
Yeah, Haas does as well because I'm baking or cooking or doing something all the time. We're doing
Yeah.
something really artsy fartsy with the kids. So this year I'm going to try. I've never made green bean casserole, but I'm going to try it.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good.
I mean, I've tasted it before, but I've never made it. So
I have. That's usually what I bring.
I
I bring that and buffalo chicken pasta.
That sounds good. I make homemade cranberry sauce.
Ooh.
It's really good. I love it. It's so easy to make. Holy crap! Homemade cranberry sauce is the easiest stuff in the world to make.
I don't know how I think ours is probably canned.
More than likely, homemade cranberry sauce looks like somebody barfed back up cranberries.
Yeah, no, I think my sister-in-law buys cans. 'Cause she does that, and she does the turkey, and then the rest of us bring sides. And I usually do a dessert too. I make this like weird chocolate fluff whipped cream stuff that you dip those. What are they? The vanilla cookies. The vanilla cookies.
Mm-hmm.
And it's to die for. That's what I make every year.
Oh, that sounds delicious.
I know. Now I'm hungry.
Yeah, no, I'm starving. We're gonna have to end this so I can go get food.
Yeah, I have to go get a bag of chips.
I'm gonna eat more Halloween candy.
Did you get a turkey for your bonus?
Don't know.
I didn't. It's at 7 o'clock now.
It's not 7 o'clock yet.
It's 7:43.
Hold on.
It is. My computer says so.
I know. I'm looking now.
I didn't get the turkey. I got confidence.
I have a couple of main accounts that I have to check. So now I'm gonna check for my turkey. We'll end on the note on whether I get turkey or not.
Yes.
I got cash, which helps when I'm negative 34 mil.
I don't know how you do that. I have to fix it every day. I can't look at it negative.
Yeah, I have negative 4 mil on Belphegor right now. I'll go fix that.
I popped on I Love Cheerios and she was like negative 90 something million. I was like, well, I need to do a transfer right now.
Yeah, I do that too. I think I'm sitting at 600 mil in Belphegor right now. But okay, so I think did we hit all of our topics?
We did. We're all good.
I have decided I'm not going to edit this. It's almost an hour long, but I'm not going to edit it. Please just skip through the video. Don't rely on me to edit everything. Just skip.
Or just listen to us in the background while you play.
Yeah, you could just tone us out. It's fine.
I'm like, that's what I do when I listen to it.
Oh, thanks. I appreciate it. This is how much she cares about me. She just tones us out.
No. This is how much ADD I have that I can do both things. Like, I need extra stuff to do.
All right, so we had all of our topics?
Yes. So everybody have a great night.
Yeah, have a great night. We will do this not next week, week after. We're going to do this every 2 weeks, I think.
Yes, we are.
All right, later, guys.
Bye.